Are GrubHub drivers being told this is okay? Let's find out what's going on here. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Geek Life with Lexi here, and this comes from a viewer that wanted to keep his name private, so we'll just go by Max. So he says, "Hi Lexi, I have a GrubHub horror story. I accepted an $11 offer for a place and pay order at Raising Cane's in Murrieta. So I get there, place the order, and while I'm getting the drink and taking a picture of the receipt, the order is ready. I clicked Got Order and Leaving, and before driving away, I clicked Preview Map, and Google Maps shows me the steps of the customer's location. I arrived at the customer's location and I looked at the address on the app and the address of what's supposed to be the customer's location, and it matches. So I placed the bag by the front door and texted the customer, 'Your order is by your front door.' And after I drove 4 miles away, the customer texted me back asking me where I placed the bag. I texted him back and told him it's at his front door. And I told him the address number because I had a feeling something was wrong. So he texted me again and says, 'Wrong house.' So I immediately pulled over and called driver care. Yeah, that's the right thing to do, by the way. And the lady that answered the phone tells me that there was 2 addresses and that upon arrival to the customer's location, I was supposed to call the customer to find out the actual address. At this point, I was like, what the heck? And she tells me that for security reasons, customers can give 2 addresses and the driver is supposed to call the customer to find out the actual address. So she tells me that the GrubHub customer team would look into the incident, and because I did text the customer when I arrived and dropped off the customer's food, the fact that I texted him at that moment would count in my favor. So technically the incident was to be reviewed. So he's in review right now. I told her I never saw 2 addresses on the app, and Google Maps only showed me 1 address, which turned out to be the first address. The app didn't show me the second address when I arrived at the restaurant or when I clicked leaving. So I was told to text the customer and tell him to call GrubHub customer service and he would be refunded and the order would be canceled by GrubHub. So I still got paid because I marked it delivered. And here's the funny thing, when I texted the customer for the last time telling him to call GrubHub customer service, he texted me back saying that he called GrubHub and they said there was 2 addresses. At that moment, I stopped texting him and moved on, as he wasted a lot of my time. But here are my thoughts. He says, if the guy knew that he entered 2 addresses, why is it that he didn't mention that when I first texted him that I placed the order by his front door? Wouldn't it be common sense at that moment to tell me, hey dude, you were supposed to call me so I could give you the actual address? Why also the second time he just replied, wrong house, and even in his last text, he said that GrubHub said there was 2 addresses. Not once did he say, hey dude, there was 2 addresses and you were supposed to call me to verify the actual address. It was very obvious that this guy wanted some free food. So I looked at the GrubHub earnings section and all $11 were GrubHub pay. He didn't even tip the preset $1, but I wrote his name down and address, and if I ever get his order again, I will unassign immediately. And also, why is GrubHub allowing customers to enter 2 addresses for security reasons? Good question there. I never heard of this before, and I'm thinking, what about the security of the driver? I have actually accepted orders before where the app clearly showed 2 addresses and I had called the customer, and the weird thing is that usually none of the addresses were the correct address, and it turned out the customer lived 5 extra miles away and I'm not even getting paid for it. I called GrubHub, I'm not working for free. So he says, let me know if you've heard of this, if you've ever heard of this. Feel free to make a video asking other drivers if this has ever happened to them on GrubHub. And he says, thanks, Max. Okay, so no, Max, in answer to your question, I have never heard of this, and I've been doing GrubHub since 2017. This sounds like customer fraud. It's weird that the app would actually allow this. They would allow 2 addresses. What I would have done is I would have hung up, called driver care, and hoping to get another person on the other end to answer. And, you know, sometimes they're misinformed. Sometimes they do give you the wrong information. It just doesn't sound right to me, though. It doesn't sound right at all. So drivers, has this ever happened to you? Maybe you can shed some light on this situation for Max, and let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, guys, take care and have a great day. Bye.